You might not get a proper color spectrum from these fans because I have two soft boxes pointing directly towards this part of the table. But what you can see here is a triple pack that comes with quite interesting connections. And I'll get to that part quite soon because I really wanted to do this video separately because of these fans, and they come in black and white. And you get the possibility with those connections quite nice. And I'll get to the part why. So today we're going to talk about Cooler Master SickleFlow Edge 120 addressable RGB 3-in-1, or is it 3-pack fan kit. Now, what's it all about? Why did I mention connections? So you have from each fan PWM 4-pin and 3-pin 5 volts addressable RGB, and they are daisy chainable in that sense when we're talking about addressable RGB. But what happens then? You, for some reason, don't have a 5 volt 3-pin addressable RGB header on your motherboard. So in that sense, what happens now is you can't connect these. Well, they did quite a cool thing because they added an A1 mini controller, A1 mini LED controller, which helps you with that. So what you do is you daisy chain the fans with the addressable RGB headers, and then you connect it to that mini controller, A1 mini LED. Next to that, the end of the A1 mini LED controller goes to USB 2.0 internal port on your motherboard. And this gives you an option to control the fans when we're talking about the RGB lights through the Master Plus software. So two options, either addressable RGB 5 volts, which are daisy chainable, so you're still using only one header. And PWM also uses one header because you get a 3-way splitter inside the box, which is kind of cool. And this way occupies only 2 ports. But if you, as I stated, don't have a 5 volt 3-pin addressable RGB, you have 12 volts 4-pin, you can connect it to USB 2.0, control it through their Cooler Master Master Plus software, and gives you loads of options. So when we go into Cooler Master software, first you have to synchronize, and it's really straightforward. It's really on the front page. You synchronize the fans, and what you get now is the possibility with loads of presets. I think we have 10 of those, where you can adjust the lights towards your liking. So you can go with rainbow, you can go with spectrum, you can go with fill, you can go with static. Of course, static, it would be really a shame not to have static. You can turn them off as well, and a couple of others which give you a variety of options, right? So basically what you can do is, and if you have other Cooler Master products that also go through Master Plus software, you can synchronize them, which would be quite shame if it was anything different. Now, as I stated, it comes in black and white color scheme, so you can really manage whatever you need and whatever you want. The cables are really long, which give you a quite nice option in terms of adjusting the USB 2.0 back to your motherboard. And of course, the addressable RGB to connect everything and nicely tidy it up at the back. Unfortunately, when we're talking about that individual fan, the individual fan has about, I think this is 30 centimeters of cable, PWM, and addressable RGB. So when we're talking about daisy chaining them, you do have an excessive part of the cable. But in a scenario where you're not using them at the same position, so 3 on top or 3 on front, but you have a case that has 2 on top and 1 at the rear, and you want to do that combination, the cable length is where it comes in play and helps you with this. So what I wanted to give you is a bit of an overview with this part. Now let's check out some specs because they're quite solid. 120 times 120 times 25 when we're talking about dimensions. We have addressable Gen2 RGB. Speed ranges from 690 to 2500 RPMs. Airflow at maximum is 70.7 CFM, so I would say this is standard, as well as the air pressure at 3.61 millimeters H2O. Mean time before failure is above 160,000 hours, and the noise level at maximum is 32.8 decibels. We have loop dynamic bearing, and I think I explained that in the past video when we were talking about loop dynamic bearing, and this is why you get such high hours of mean time before failure, because it kind of lubricates itself constantly. We have 4-pin PWM and 3-pin 5 volts addressable RGB with 2-year warranty. And okay, 2-year warranty is nothing spectacular. If you get for a fan 5 to 10 years, then that would be something spectacular, right? But regardless of that, we're having 3 outstanding fans that well, 20% they're dead silent. On 100%, you can assume at 32.8 decibels that they will create additional noise. But I wanted to give you, as I said, an overview. And for you guys that are searching for addressable RGB fans, but you can't connect them to your motherboard and you can't control them to your motherboard, this is a viable option because, first of all, you get 3 of those in one pack. Secondly, you can use that USB 2.0 header if you're not using all of those. You have 1 to 2 depending on the motherboard. So this could be an option for you guys. You don't have to buy an excessive controllers that have to be connected as well on USB 2.0, but then you're trying to find a converter from 5 volts to 12 volts and all the other crazy stuff, and that's an extra cost, which this brings us to a quite solid combination. I'm just wanted to give you guys some ideas about these fans, combination of fans when we're talking about color scheme and everything. How can you combine them, and definitely how to connect them, which is really straightforward and easy. I think Cooler Master really thought through this one because they gave you loads of options in connection and in controlling them. Unfortunately, the speeds, as I noticed, are still controlled through motherboard, so you have to go through BIOS and do all of that, which is okay. I mean, nothing new, right? But yeah, altogether, I'm quite satisfied because you don't have a bulky controller at the back, and it's really just quite nice and simple. So guys, that's it for today. The links for the both color schemes are in the description below, so if you really fancy these and you want to have them in your PC because of the way they are connected, or just with the color scheme and the vivid colors going throughout them, you can check them out. And that will be all for today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell. See you tomorrow. Bye.